Artificial intelligence has many benefits, but in some cases, using the fast-growing tech can have catastrophic consequences. A group of New Jersey teenagers are learning this the hard way after AI-generated explicit photos were created featuring the very real faces of teenage girls. What's worse, the current lack of regulation only makes for a lack of accountability. Many say the boys at this high school who created these fake nudes and then shared them on various group chats still have not been held accountable.
Right. She feels betrayed by the school. She feels they are not standing behind the girls, that they are undermining what has happened. But she's advocating for herself. She feels very strongly about where she's at right now. She's taking the situation in her own hands, and she's making sure that she's making a difference for herself, for the girls of Westfield High School, and also for any other victims.
All right, well, the school's superintendent has released a statement saying, in part, we continue to strengthen our efforts by educating our students and establishing clear guidelines to ensure that these new technologies are used responsibly in our schools and beyond. So now let's bring in Jackie Lieberman, the owner and publisher of Tap Into Westfield. It's a local publication in Westfield, New Jersey, where this happened. Jackie's been covering this very sensitive story. So, Jackie, first of all, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
This happened over the summer. Why is it just now really starting to gain traction?
I think the school community at large learned about this about October 20th, about that week. So we're just now hearing about it.
Okay, so I do want to talk about the reaction from the school administration, but first I want to talk about the parents. I mean, we heard from one there. What are the parents saying, overall?
Overall, they're shocked. They're concerned. They're concerned that this could happen again. They're concerned that there have not been enough consequences that people can see that not only would tell the boys that this is not okay, but assure the girls that they matter, that they're important.
And Jackie, what is the school saying? I mean, so we see this statement from the superintendent, that's a portion of the statement. Has it changed? I mean, obviously this is all kind of unfolding just within the last few weeks, but how has the school responded?
So we got that same statement yesterday. We originally only had the statement from the principal that was sent out to the Westfield High School parents. So this is still kind of coming out.
And what about the victims in all of this? Because now we have this statement from the school, from the superintendent. We heard from the parent of one of the victims. But, there are real people involved in this. There are fake images generated using their real faces. Have you been able to speak with any of these girls? And what do they want to happen?
The girl that I spoke to was the daughter of the woman that you had on before. She's the only one I've spoken to. I think a lot of these girls are afraid to come forward, afraid to speak about it. Their parents are kind of afraid to speak about it publicly. In fact, the police are saying that they're having a hard time getting people to speak to them. They're really urging people to come forward about this. And I think there's a lot of fear.
Absolutely. And I think I know the answer to this because, we're talking about the victims in all of this. Have we heard anything from the parents of the boys involved or from any of the boys who were accused of doing this?
I certainly haven't. And it's really unclear who was behind it and how many were behind it and who did what, There's just a lot of details we don't have.
And Jackie, how did you find out about this? How were you able to break the story?
So I found out about this because a parent at Westfield High School called me during the school day. His daughter had texted him and said, "Dad, you wouldn't believe what's happening at school." So that's how I first heard about it on October 20th, which is when the school community at large heard about it.
And Jackie, I know you mentioned police there. I know you said police are having some trouble talking to people. How are they getting involved? What are they doing? And do we know any idea of what the plan is moving forward?
So they haven't really told us much, except that they want people to give them statements. I really don't know more than that. Clearly, there's...
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.